If you're a regular here on Motor Illustrated's YouTube channel, as in this is the second time you actually see one of our videos, I would like to extend a very gracious thank you to you. And yes, thank you for doing that. And if you accidentally clicked on this review, well, I'm sorry, but it might not be that bad. But if you didn't accidentally click on this video, it's possibly because, well, you're a regular and you saw that only about 3 months ago, 4 months ago, in late fall of 2024, I reviewed the updated 2025 Ford Explorer. And here I am again in the presence of Ford's large mid-size three-row SUV. The reason why I'm in its presence right now is very simple. It's not exactly what I had booked. There were complications. It happens sometimes, and it really doesn't matter. But what does matter is that I'm really happy with spending this time not just a few hours with the 25 Explorer, but an entire week. And I have to say, it's crazy to think that not that long ago, this SUV was completely knocked off my list of liked midsize three-row SUVs. And spending a week's time with, as you can see in the caption below, that this is a 2025 Explorer ST, aka the top trim, the most powerful, the most best well-equipped version. It has quickly risen at or near the top, well, not at the top, but near the top, as one of my favorites to drive. This is not a recommendation, mind you. There's one or two things that still kind of scare me about the Explorer and about some Ford Technologies products, even though they've been around for well over a decade and change. My goodness, is going to be 15 years soon? EcoBoost is what I'm getting at. But besides that, I really like everything about the Explorer ST. In fact, just a few days ago, something happened. I took another plunge and got myself a new family vehicle, which I will share with you all on Motor Illustrated and Ecoloto on the YouTube channel and our website. And it got me to thinking about this one because there are similarities between the two. My new vehicle is a high-powered, three-row, large, mid-size SUV as well, but not quite like this. That might give you half a hint as to what it might be. But it got me to thinking that this SUV with a petrol-powered engine is actually unique, or nearly, in its segment. I mean, I'll tell you, a few more details shortly, but if you want this type of performance, you have next to no options, which kind of boosts, how about that? Boosts this SUV's appreciation. At least it does for me. My appreciation of it is boosted. There we go. I got this. English language good me know. Anyhow, I'm thinking this is going to be a slightly shorter video than usual because I recently reviewed it. But if you're still interested, please hang in there because we're going to do the walk around and then take it for a boosted drive. I've already overdone that one. Sorry. Anyway, see you soon. And so, without rehashing the whole thing, that this is the updated 6th generation Ford Explorer, 6th generation launched in 2020. So to keep it fresh, Ford has done a few things physically on the outside, but it's really on the interior where the differences count. Just so you know, pricing in the US for the base model is $39,755. And if you step up to the ST, not the ST line, the ST, $54,260. The base active in Canada is $50,535. It's all-wheel drive standard and a bunch of other things with the 2.3 liter four-cylinder EcoBoost engine. And this one, as it sits before, well, kind of, ST $69,135. These prices make absolutely no sense to me anymore. But as I hinted, I just stepped into a new family vehicle, and I don't understand where we're going with all this. But anyhow, I just want to focus on the ST per se. For that kind of money, you get the 21-inch wheels, which are actually really, really nice. The panoramic sunroofed captain seats in the second row. The B&O audio front and rear heated seats, front cooled seats, heated steering wheel, 12.3 digital instrument cluster, 12.3 13.2-inch touchscreen display. I mean, it's very, very well equipped. I mean, as far as the ST specifics, the bumper is a little different. The grille, the wheels, everything's blacked out. It's a far, far better looking SUV post facelift. The pre-facelift version, kind of like the Maverick. This has got a lot more of a macho attitude-ish like presence. Looks good. I've always kind of liked the layout. It looks slightly raked. Maybe I need new glasses. I don't know. But I always thought like the front end was a little bit lower than the rear. I may have lost my mind. I don't know. But in a segment, I'll do that now. I mean, if you want big power, so this has a 3-liter twin turbocharged V6. If you want big power to kind of come close to this, you got to look at like a Mazda CX-9e with the inline 6, Grand Highlander with the iForce Max, or a Durango RT with the V8, which is probably the closest thing you'll get as far as actual driving thrills. But this is pretty unique. I mean, as we complete the lap over here, yeah, they have quad tailpipes. It looks good. This is always a tricky. I got it first time. Well, okay. So the boot behind the third row, you're looking at just over 460 liters of space, which is give or take low-ish for the segment, but not bad. 1,300 and change liters behind the second row, which isn't bad either. Good storage under here. I do like that. Always nice to have some hidden stuff. A little compartment here. There we go, which is part of the other one, or the bigger one, I should say. Now that's going to rattle as I drive around. Shouldn't have touched that. This will give you a good shot of the third row. And I'll come around. It's actually usable, even for adults. I mean, I can squeeze back there. I wouldn't go to Toronto from Montreal sitting back there, but it's decent. So this is the captain seats layout. The seat cushion is high-ish enough so that your knees are not buckled, but if you're anything over like 5 feet 10 inches tall, you will not like yourself. You'll be far happier back here. Nice touches, fit, finish, good. Love the door bins. I'm gonna do this quickly. The ST has these specific seats, which are really nice, good support. I love the cloth suede-ish type material. I forget the name, unfortunately. But the big change is not there, but it's in here. It's the dashboard, and it really, really makes a massive difference for me. It's beefier, it looks better put together, the layout, the design, everything is really nice. I like this shelf here. Storage is good. Door bins are decent. Visibility is not bad. Even once you get around here, you can work with that. Two things I don't like, however: HVAC controls. They're only there. I mean, these are for parking assist cameras, stability control. So if you have gloves or chunky fingers, that's going to be a pain in the butt. And the other thing, this is a catastrophe. I hate it with a passion. Deal breaker, almost. I mean, you know, you do a 3-point turn. Okay, that worked out. Oh, no, you went too far, and then you start, you know, kicking back and forth. Anyhow, other than that, the interior is lovely. This is a specific, ST-specific steering wheel, and it's really nice, fatty grip. And I'm going to end it there, and we're going to go for a drive. Yeah, what I do like, among the many things that I like about the Explorer, is that it's heavily rear wheel biased, and in these conditions things just happen to happen. You know, like a little bit of opposite lock occasionally. I don't know. That might have to do also with the twin turbo, as I said, 3-liter EcoBoost V6, which puts out 405 horsepower and 415 pound-feet of torque, and that torque comes in at 3,500 RPM. So things are boogieing in the late 2000s. As you start accelerating, it's immensely entertaining. But what I do really like also about Explorer ST is that it has a sport-tuned suspension, meaning that it's a little bit better controlled than the regular Ford Explorer, but it's so far from being harsh or uncomfortable. It's actually quite nice. And typically, and I say this all the time, the roads in the greater Montreal area around my hood are horrendous for the most part, and the Explorer is doing really, really well. Multi-link rear setup, set sport tuned dampers. It's the ride quality is impressive on the 21s. Fine, winter tires, but even so, this has the power, the performance. May have gotten me to get a little too excited about driving it around. There's another factor to it. The engine actually sounds good. Now, I played drums 30 years ago for 5 years with no protection, so my hearing's a little bit damaged, but I can still hear it well enough. I can't tell if all or parts of the interior engine noise is digitally enhanced or if it's actual, V6 rumble. But be that as it may, it sounds really good. Really, really good. And it boogies. Yeah, and I've only been in normal drive mode. There was another wheel, you may have seen it earlier. You got normal, eco, sport, trail, slippery, and all that business. I haven't bothered with any of that. I did dip into sport a couple times just for fun. But the responsiveness is nice no matter what. And fuel consumption is surprisingly good. And I say that because I'm averaging 11.3 liters per 100 kilometers as indicated. I'm thinking it might be a little bit more than that, but let's give this the benefit of the doubt. I recently stepped out of a CX-5 hybrid and I averaged 10 liters per 100 kilometers. So either this is excellent or the other one is horrible or there's something else going on. I'm not entirely sure. Steering is heavy, brake pedal feel is good, travel is limited. It's reasonably quiet in here too. So as far as performance, as far as comfort, as far as features, styling, wow, Ford Explorer ST. 70K though. I mean, the color, I forget the name now. I forget the name. It's like an extra $600 and it's absolutely worth it, I think, over white or black or whatever color there is. I like this SUV. It's so much more engaging than any Highlander or close to a Pilot Trail Sport, which I really like too. And the CX 90 and 70, not so much. Anyway, all that to say is that this is a unique offering in the segment, and I like it a lot more than I want to allow myself to like it. Maybe Volkswagen Atlas is more spacious. Maybe even the interior in the Atlas is nicer, but you don't get this kind of performance and handling and responsiveness. There are some electric alternatives too. Anyhow, I've said enough. Thank you for watching.